In the heart of a green valley, nestled between the undulating hills and a vast whispering forest, lay the quaint village of Eldergrove. It was a place that seemed forgotten by time, where cobblestone streets wound like veins through a body of charming thatched-roof cottages. The villagers went about their lives with a quiet contentment, tending to their garden and chatting over hedges, unaware of how peculiar their home truly was. One crisp autumn morning, a traveler named Elara found herself wandering into Eldergrove. Her journey had begun months earlier, spurred by an insatiable curiosity and a longing for adventure. Elara was a woman of striking presence, with fiery auburn hair that cascaded down her back like a waterfall of autumn leaves, and eyes as green and vibrant as the valley she now traversed. As she strolled through the village, the air was filled with the scent of wood smoke and freshly baked bread. The villagers greeted her with warm smiles and nods, their eyes twinkling with the kind of secret only a place like Eldergrove could hold. Elara's heart felt light, as if she had stumbled upon a hidden paradise. She paused to admire a cluster of sunflowers swaying gently in the breeze, their golden faces turned toward the sun. An elderly woman tending the flowers noticed Elara's gaze and chuckled softly. "They bloom for those who have the time to appreciate them," she said, her voice warm and inviting. Elara smiled back, feeling an instant connection to the woman. "I've traveled far and wide, but I've never seen a place quite like this." The woman nodded knowingly. Eldergrove has its own magic, but it isn't just the flowers, it's the dreams that linger here. While exploring the winding paths of Eldergrove, Elara's attention was drawn to an unusual little shop at the end of a narrow alley. Its sign read, "The Dream Collector." Intrigued, she approached the store, curiosity piqued by the notion of someone collecting dreams. The shop's door opened with a gentle chime, and Elara stepped inside. The interior was dimly lit, with shelves lined with glass jars of varying sizes, each containing swirling iridescent mists. The air was thick with a scent of lavender and something else she just couldn't quite place, a fragrance that felt like nostalgia wrapped in mystery. Behind a wooden counter stood an old man, his hair as white as winter snow and eyes that seemed to hold the wisdom of centuries. He wore a patchwork vest over a crisp shirt, giving him an air of eccentricity that was both endearing and intriguing. "Welcome, traveler," the old man greeted with a warm, raspy voice. "I am Alaric, the Dream Collector." Elara smiled, her curiosity growing. "What is it that you do here, Alaric?" "I collect dreams," he replied, simply gesturing to the jars. "Dreams that have been forgotten or abandoned, and I sell them to those who have lost the ability to dream themselves." Elara took a moment to absorb his words, her mind racing with questions. "How do you collect dreams?" she asked, fascinated. Alaric chuckled softly. "Ah, that is a story in itself. You see, dreams linger in the minds of those who have experienced them even after they've been forgotten. I have the ability to gather these remnants, to capture their essence, and preserve them in these jars." His voice carried a melodic quality, as if each word he spoke was part of an ancient song. Elara found herself captivated, eager to learn more. "Why do people lose their ability to dream?" she inquired, her voice tinged with concern. "Life can be harsh," Alaric explained, a shadow passing over his face. "Burdens of reality weigh heavy on the soul, and some find their dreams slipping away, replaced by the demands of everyday life. My role is to remind them of what they have lost and help them dream once more." Elara nodded, her heart aching for those who had forgotten the beauty of their aspirations. She could feel an unspoken connection between herself and Alaric, as if she too had once lost her way. As Elara listened to Alaric, a deep sense of empathy welled within her. She understood the importance of dreams, both as a source of hope and a beacon for the future. She wondered if she had any dreams of her own that had been forgotten. "May I see one of these dreams?" Elara asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Alaric nodded and carefully selected a small jar from the shelf. He placed it before her, the mist inside swirling with colors that seemed to shift and dance. "This is a dream of a faraway land," he said, "where the mountains touch the sky and the rivers sing ancient songs." Elara touched the jar, feeling a warmth seep into her fingers. She closed her eyes and suddenly she was transported to a land of breathtaking beauty, a place where emerald mountains kissed the heavens and crystal clear rivers wove through the landscape like shimmering ribbons. She could hear the gentle murmur of the water, a melody that resonated deep within her soul. When she opened her eyes, tears glistened on her cheeks. "It's beautiful," she whispered, her heart swelling with emotion. "Dreams have a power to awaken the heart," Alaric said softly. "They remind us of the magic that exists within and around us." Moved by the experience, Elara found a newfound sense of purpose. She wanted to help Alaric share these dreams with others, to rekindle the spark of imagination in those who had forgotten its warmth. "How can I assist you, Alaric?" she asked, determination shining in her eyes. The old man studied her for a moment, a knowing smile playing on his lips. "You have a gift, my dear," he said. "A gift for seeing the world through the eyes of wonder. If you wish to help, you could travel to neighboring villages and share these dreams with those in need." Elara's heart leaped at the idea. She had always been a wanderer at heart, and the thought of spreading joy and wonder filled her with excitement. "I would be honored," she replied, her voice filled with resolve. With Alaric's guidance, Elara began her new journey. She carried a satchel filled with delicate jars, each containing a dream waiting to be shared. As she traveled from village to village, she found joy in watching the faces of those who had experienced the dreams, faces that lit up with hope, inspiration, and sometimes tears of gratitude. In one village, Elara met a young artist named Elara, who had lost her muse. Her paintings had grown dull and lifeless, devoid of passion that once flowed through her veins. Elara offered her one of Alaric's dreams, a vision of a vibrant garden where colors danced in the sunlight and flowers whispered secrets to the wind. As Elara experienced the dream, her eyes widened with wonder, and Elara could see the spark returning to her gaze. The artist's hands trembled with excitement as she picked up her brush, and soon her canvas bloomed with a riot of color and life. "Thank you," Elara said, her voice choked with emotion. "I had forgotten how to see this world like this." Elara smiled, her heart swelling with joy. "Dreams have a way of reminding us of what truly matters," she replied gently. As Elara continued her travels, she encountered a wide array of individuals, each with their own struggles and aspirations. In a bustling market town, she met a baker named Tom, whose once celebrated pastries had lost their flavor, much like his spirit. He had forgotten the joy that baking once brought him, consumed instead by the relentless demands of his business. Elara shared a dream with him of a magical baker nestled in a sun-drenched valley where laughter and music infused the air and the scent of fresh bread brought people together. As Tom closed his eyes and took in the dream, a smile spread across his face, and for the first time in years, he felt the stirrings of inspiration. With renewed energy, he returned to his bakery, experimenting with flavors and ingredients he had long neglected. Within weeks, the townsfolk were drawn back to his shop, enchanted by the delicious aromas and the spark of joy that radiated from Tom as he served them. Elara's heart swelled as she witnessed the transformation in Tom, and she knew that each dream she shared was like a seed planted in fertile soil, ready to bloom into something beautiful. As the seasons passed, Elara's journey took her to distant lands, but she always returned to Eldergrove, where the Dream Collector's shop stood as a beacon of hope. The stories of the Dream Collector and his apprentice spread far and wide, reaching even the furthest corners of the land. People began to journey to Eldergrove, seeking the wonders that Alaric and Elara had to offer. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and violet, Elara returned to the shop. Alaric greeted her with a gentle smile, his eyes filled with pride. "You have done well, Elara," he said, his voice tinged with affection. "This world is a brighter place because of you." Elara's heart swelled with gratitude. "Thank you, Alaric, for sharing your gift with me. It has been an honor to help others rediscover the beauty of their dreams." As they sat together, sipping tea and sharing stories, Elara felt a deep sense of belonging. She had found her purpose, her place in the world, and it was intertwined with the dreams of others. One day, as winter wrapped its cold fingers around Eldergrove, Alaric summoned Elara to the shop. "My dear," he began, his voice softer than usual, "I've watched you grow into a remarkable dream collector in your own right, but my time here is coming to an end." Elara's heart sank at the thought of losing him. "What do you mean, Alaric? You can't leave. Not now." He smiled gently, the light in his eyes undimmed. "Life is a cycle. Just as dreams are born, they must also find their way back to the stars. I've taught you everything I can, and now it is your turn to carry on the legacy." "But I can't do this without you," she protested, tears glistening in her eyes. "You are never alone, my dear," Alaric reassured her. "The dreams will guide you, just as they guided me. Trust in yourself and in the magic of this place." With a heavy heart, Elara accepted his words. As night fell, Alaric closed his eyes for the last time, leaving behind a world that would forever be changed by his gift. In the days that followed, Elara honored Alaric's memory by continuing to share dreams with the villagers. The shop, now filled with both her and Alaric's dreams, became a sanctuary for those seeking solace and inspiration. Elara found solace in the memory of Alaric as she carried on his work. She often spoke to him in her mind, seeking his guidance and wisdom. As she walked the cobblestone streets of Eldergrove, she felt his presence in the laughter of children, the bustling chatter of villagers, and the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind. One day, a group of children approached her with wide eyes, their innocence shining like stars. "Miss Elara, will you show us a dream?" they asked in unison, their voices ringing with excitement. Elara smiled, her heart swelling with warmth. "Of course," she replied, leading them into the shop. She selected a jar containing a dream of a magical forest, where animals spoke and trees danced under the moonlight. As the children experienced the dream, their imaginations ignited, and they laughed and squealed with delight. Elara watched with joy, feeling the essence of Alaric in every giggle and gasp. In that moment, she knew that dreams were not just meant to be collected. They were to be shared, celebrated, and cherished. Years passed, and Eldergrove flourished as a haven for dreamers and seekers alike. Elara continued to welcome each visitor with warmth and kindness, guiding them to the dreams that would rekindle their spirits. The shop became a place where hopes were nurtured and aspirations took flight. One evening, as Elara prepared to close the shop, she noticed a familiar figure approaching. It was Leora, now a renowned artist whose vibrant works decorated galleries across the land. "Elara," Leora exclaimed, her eyes sparkling, "I owe you everything. You helped me find my creativity again. I wanted to share my latest work with you." Elara beamed with pride as Leora unveiled a stunning painting that captured the very essence of Eldergrove: the rolling hills, the vibrant gardens, and the warmth of the villagers. "This is for you and Alaric," Leora said, her voice filled with emotion. "You both showed me how to dream again." Elara felt tears prick her eyes as she admired the painting. the colors reflecting the love and joy that filled her heart. Thank you, Elara. Thank you. Your success is a testament to the power of dreams. As the years turned into decades, Elara became known as the Dream Collector, just as Alaric had been. The shop remained a beacon of hope, illuminating the path for dreamers from all walks of life. Elara often found herself reflecting on her journey, the twists and turns, the people she had met, and the dreams she had shared. She realized that dreams were not merely fleeting visions. They were the threads that wove the tapestry of life, connecting souls in ways that transcended time and space. As she looked out over the village, the stars twinkling above like 1,000 tiny dreams, Elara felt a profound sense of peace. She knew that the journey of the Dream Collector was far from over. For as long as that there were dreams to be shared, there would always be hope. And so, the tale of the Dream Collector and his apprentice became a timeless legend, a reminder to all that dreams have the power to transform lives, ignite passions, and illuminate even the darkest corners of the soul. With every dream shared, the cycle continued, and the magic of Eldergrove lived on, a testament to the enduring power of dreams.